My story is not meant to be a story of pity or sadness. It's a story of hope and restoration for survivors. I believe that everything in this world, good or bad, has a purpose. You see, I was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 32 in December of 2013. My husband, Matt, and I had only been living in the Atlanta area for less than 2 years. At the time, our children were 4, 2, and 7 months old. If I hadn't been nursing Hudson, the baby, at the time, I probably wouldn't have noticed a tumor as soon as I did. You see, I was all too familiar with cancer. My mother survived ovarian cancer during my high school years, and then my father I lost in 2003 to prostate cancer. Little did I know, too, that I would be diagnosed with cancer just 10 years later. I went through 6 rounds of chemotherapy throughout the winter of 2014. My husband, Matt, not only took on the role as the main caregiver, but he served as a nurse and a single parent many days and nights. I remember feeling drugged, lying in bed, half awake after chemo, but hearing the screaming cries of my baby and my toddler and my preschooler. And they were trying to take their evening baths. And I remember I just simply couldn't even muster the energy to get out of bed and help. Things in our home were so crazy, to say the least. But God carried us through slowly, day by day. Friends brought us food for 9 months straight. They prayed for us, they watched our children, they loved on us continuously. My in-laws, for weeks on end, would come and help. We had never experienced so much love and generosity. Testing revealed that my cancer is, in fact, genetic. I am BRCA2 positive and now live with the burden that each one of my children have a 50% chance of getting cancer again, or getting cancer one day, carrying that gene. The doctors recommended that I get a double mastectomy and a preventative hysterectomy. After the double mastectomy, I wasn't able to hold any of my children or even move my arms above shoulder height. I remember hearing a TurningPoint from my volunteer nurse, Sandy, that was at my chemotherapy treatments. I was shocked at the impact that the treatments had on my physical and mental state. Within the first physical therapy session, I was able to lift my arms above my head. And one moment that I'll never forget is when Kathy Furbish, my therapist, told me, she sat me down and said, "You can start to slowly hold your baby some." It had been 6 weeks since I held him. I sat in that office and just cried tears of joy. I obviously hurried home and ran and picked him up and spun him around forever. It's programs like TurningPoint that are gifts to us, and they provide glimpses of hope and joy through the awfulness of cancer. Meeting other survivors through Pilates and yoga has been so refreshing and enlightening to me through my journey. I could not imagine going through this cancer process without programs like TurningPoint. Thank you, Jill, for listening to your call and starting this amazing program. After my surgeries, the pathological report came back and reflected that it was a complete pathological response. They could not find one single cancer cell. Matt and I were so amazed and changed by this miracle. God doesn't promise to heal us forever on earth, but He does promise eternal healing if we put our faith in Him. Trials in this life will come for each and every one of us, but we cannot lose heart. This affliction is momentary compared to eternity. Every millisecond of our pain is totally meaningful. After experiencing something as terrible and scary as cancer, I daily choose to renew my mind in God's truth and not live in fear, but in humble gratitude. Through Him, I have life, and you all can too. Thank you.
That's awesome.